Hello everyone, this is Mr. Storm, and I am going to take you through a little tour through Microsoft PowerPoint. Now, this is Microsoft PowerPoint 2010 that I'm using, and again, ignore the red bar up there. This is going to be a little bit different than what you're used to because the version that we're using in class is the 2016 version of PowerPoint, but everything should be essentially the same. You should see basically all the same stuff in the same places. There might be small variations from my version to yours, but you'll get the gist. You'll get the basic idea. First off, you can tell that the ribbon is here. So we have our Home tab, which has a bunch of options that we can use to find content. We have Insert, where we can input new content into our slides. Design, transitions, animations, and we'll explain what all this stuff means later. Another feature that you'll notice is still here is the Backstage menu, the file menu. So we can go to Info. So when we go to the Backstage menu, we can see that there are some options here that I can change. I haven't saved, so it doesn't give me my size, but number of slides, we can add titles or tags or categories to our slideshow. The day it was created, all that kind of stuff. We can add other authors to the PowerPoint slide. We can protect the PowerPoint presentation by changing its permissions, things like that. Recent, I can pull up recent documents that I've worked on, recent folders that I've saved things into. We can create a new PowerPoint presentation, and again, there are all these templates that we can use. So let's say we want to do a presentation and we want to do an animated picture list slide with color tabs. That's cool. Film strip with video, project status report, time and motion with video. So there's all these kind of cool, really awesome PowerPoint presentations that we can dump in here as templates. Print, again, we have our print options where I can print all my slides. I can print one-sided or on both sides. I can collate it. I can do the slides with the little sidebars for the notes, things like that. All right, let's go back to our slide. Now, PowerPoint is broken up into 3 different sections. We've talked about the ribbon up here. That's one section. The other section is the slide menu. This will allow us to add more slides to our presentation and move them around and change them and do what we want. And then here is our work area where we actually have whatever slide we have selected is pulled up in this area, and we can do things like change the title. PowerPoint intro. And I can add a subtitle, Mr. Storm, computer technology, right? So now I have an introduction slide, okay? Now if I need to create a new slide, if I want to create a new slide, all I have to do is go here to my slide menu. I can right click and just add new slide, and it creates a new slide. Now notice this slide looks different than the other one because this one was automatically a title slide. It assumed that you wanted a title slide in the beginning. So it's going to give me a content slide where I have a header up here where I can say, table of contents. And then here, I can start adding text, slide 1, slide 2, and so on 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 and so on. Okay. Now, so that's basically how you use Microsoft PowerPoint. Let's add another slide. Now, what if I don't want my slide to have this format? What if I want it to change? Well, I can right click on a blank slide, or really any slide for that matter, and I can go to layout, and I can change my layout to whatever I want. So let's say I just want a big picture with a caption. So I can click the icon here, add a picture. We'll do this guy right here. You don't say. So add a picture, and then we can type in, our title, Nicholas Cage. And then I can add extra text down here, whatever I want. Okay. There are other ways that we can create content in the way that we want. Let's go to layout and let's just go blank. I don't want any guides telling me what I want to do. And I want to insert some stuff. Now, I can insert a screenshot, and I've got some screenshots here that I've taken. Or actually, no, these are my windows that I have open. So let's go, yeah. I can open up a window and then take a screenshot. I can also go to my photo album and insert a picture from a photo album. I can just click picture and insert pictures from my slides here. So like, let's do this ninja picture that I created. That's pretty cool. And I can just click and insert. Now notice that once I have a picture in here, I also have a new tab that pops up, a contextual tab that pops up for pictures. And it allows me to do all kinds of cool stuff. I can click remove background, which will try to find areas that it considers to be the background, and it will remove them. So let's see what happens. So let's keep those changes. So it got rid of that guy because it thought he was part of the background, and then it removed everything else. Let's undo that change. Okay, so remove background. We can do corrections where we can color correct it on the fly. We can do some color corrections. We can also change the colors here, so we can colorize the photo however we'd like. We can do black and white. We can do all kinds of stuff. We can add some artistic effects to the photo here. Add some filters or some stuff over top of it, which is pretty cool too. Add a blur, you know. Make it look like I drew it in pencil. I can compress the pictures, which makes them lower quality, but it also makes the overall slideshow smaller file size if I want to send it out to people. I can change the picture, so if maybe this isn't the picture that I want, I click change picture, and then I pick whatever picture I want to go in there. So we'll do Will Smith, and that's a GIF. So I'll show you that they actually work. GIFs actually work in PowerPoint, which is pretty nice whenever I go to present it. I can also do picture styles where I apply a style to the picture itself. And if I hover over the style, it will give me a preview of what that would look like here. So let's see. We'll do something like, I don't know. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. Cool. And I can change everything I want about it. That's, you know, there's really no, all you have to do is play around with it, and you'll be able to figure out what you want to do. I can crop the picture, make it smaller if I want. Let's open up a new slide. Let's say I just wanted to draw whatever I wanted, right? Well, I have shapes that I can drop in there. I can do, you know, this cool explodey shape. Now notice how it already picked my fill and my stroke for me. Stroke is the color that is on the outline. Fill is the color that's inside the shape. If I go to drawing tools up here, I can then change my shape, fill, and I can change my shape outline. I don't know why it made it that ugly yellow color, but whatever. We'll make it red. Whoa! Okay, and then I can add some effects to it. I can put shadows on it on the inside. I can give it a soft edge. I can do a bevel. There's all kinds of stuff I can do with my shapes. I can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. The other thing with a shape that is really cool is I can just click edit shape, and I can just edit the points of the shape. So I can just move and drag these things in here to make whatever shape I want. Oh. So like, you know, if I wanted to, I can make really whatever I want if I played around in here long enough, but I'm not going to. And then if I double click, come on. I think I can actually just, oh, it's because I'm in edit shape mode. That's why. Let's click out of it. Let's grab the shape, and I can actually just type right on top of it. And I can change my text color here. I can go in here and just change the text color so that it's, you know, black so I can see it. But I can just type right on top of my shape, and it keeps it. Let's see, go back to drawing tools, and you know, there's all kinds of stuff I can do. Again, not really everything that we need to cover today. Let's see, what else do we want to insert? There's Smartart, just like we went into with Word. There's Smartart in PowerPoint as well, which can be helpful. There's also charts. So let's add a cool chart. And again, it's going to open up Microsoft Excel so that I can enter my information. And everything's getting a little busy. It's all good though. So you can do charts as well. Let's go back to insert. Hyperlinks. Let's do something here. Let's go back to the beginning. I probably spelled that wrong. Let's do start. Back to start. Now, I want to make this into a button. So all I have to do is select this shape. Then I can go up to Action. Action allows me to do all kinds of things. So whenever I click on it, I can hyperlink to, and I can go first slide. So that way I can create an actual hyperlink button to take me back to my first slide. And we'll see if that works here in a minute. We can add date and time. We can add the slide number on the bottom. We can do all kinds of stuff. Add equations. So area of a circle, binomial theorem, Pythagorean theorem, quadratic formula. We can add actual formulas into our slide. We can add video right from a website, audio, so that whenever you click on something or change a slide, it actually makes the sound effect. We can also change the overall design of our entire slideshow. So let's say I want to do this cool, purple theme, or I want to do this theme right here. It'll change everything about my slides just by clicking a button. Changes the color, the font, everything. Okay, and there's tons of those effects. There's tons of these different themes that we can choose from. Transitions. Transitions aren't things that I really deal with too much. I think they're kind of corny, but we can apply transitions to our slide, meaning that whenever we create a new slide or when we click new slide while we're during our presentation, it'll actually do some kind of effect before it moves to the next one. And I'll show you just kind of how cheesy it is. So like ripple. So it'll do that for every time I click on a new slide. And that's kind of not what I want. It's kind of gross and weird looking, but honeycomb. I mean, there's all kinds of them, and you can play around with them if you want. If you want to use them, if you think they're cool, you can use it if you'd like. Again, I really don't. I think it's a little cheesy. Animations, again, there's other things you can do. We can have animations come in for different items. So let's say I want my table of contents to animate in. Ooh, fancy. Yeah, whatever. You can go to your slideshow menu and it will allow you to make changes to the slideshow itself. You can use timings if you want. You can change the resolution, all kinds of stuff. Review, basically spell check, research tab, all kinds of stuff there. And then, view, so you can see your slides in different ways. You can see your handouts, what they would look like. Anyway, we're going to close that. So, let's go back to view. Normal. Why is my gross? So, anyway. Oh, it's because I changed the orientation of the slide. That's why. All right. So, you're done creating all your slides. Oh, one other thing. Let's say you want to move some slides around. You want to grab this guy. All you have to do is grab and move him. You just grab and slide him around, and you can slide them wherever you want. Notice that whenever I grab a slide and hover in between the two slides I want it to be, it actually just inserts itself. There's this little blue line that shows up. When I let go, it puts it right there. So I'm going to, this is pretty good. This is pretty good professional looking slideshow here. So now all I have to do is down here, I have my zoom, I have all kinds of stuff, but there's a little button. And that button is my slideshow button. I can just click on that and it presents my slideshow, right? So PowerPoint intro, Mr. Storm, computer technology. Click, and then I have an animation on this one. So I have to click again for my title slide to, That's why I kind of don't use animations or transitions, because it kind of throws off the flow. Title or table of contents. Look, my GIF actually works, right? So that's cool. And then I have, you know, all my busy slide full of junk. Ooh, also, notice that whenever I hover my cursor over the shape, it turns into a finger, or a, you know, a hand with a finger out. That's indicating to me that if I click on that, it'll let me do something. And if you remember what we did, we programmed this shape to act as a button to take me back to the beginning of the slideshow. So I'm going to click on that. It takes me back to the beginning of the slideshow. So let's get past there. All right, and next. And then that's my final slide. And when you're done, it just gives you end of slideshow. So that's essentially how to use PowerPoint. Now, obviously, there are definitely much more things that you need to learn about PowerPoint, but that's enough to get you started. And that's probably enough to help you finish the first assignment. I'm going to do a walkthrough on that assignment after this video anyway, so that you guys can see how to do that step by step. But this should be enough to kind of teach you how to use PowerPoint to create slideshows. It should be enough to start you with. All right, thanks for watching. Goodbye.